To manage planning and scheduling for your drivers on Microsoft Shift, you can only accomplish this on your desktop application, on a laptop or a desktop. The first thing you want to do is on the left hand, click on Shifts, and then on the top hand, you want to make sure you're in your own company. If you have multiple companies, you'll see all of them, but in this case, let's say you're the only company, and you click on it and you see everybody in here. If you are a subscriber to our VIP client package, as you hire and terminate individuals, those individuals will automatically show up on Microsoft Shift. If anybody ever doesn't show up automatically, at the top right hand corner, you can always click on Add People, choose the person that is not showing up here and add them to the list. I can go ahead and add myself since I'm not there. At the top left-hand corner, it's very important for you to make sure you're checking the box today, because oftentimes you might end up being on a different calendar and you'd be confused of why you're not seeing the appropriate time frame. At the top, you see the dates. You see these things are grayed out, but that's because it's for the past. You usually want to try to focus doing things on a weekly basis. So if I go ahead and click on next week, I'll see things for next week. Anywhere there is a star or an asterisk, that means this change has not been published to that individual. So anytime there is any asterisk, it means you need to publish it so that the driver is also aware of it. So when you click on Share with Team, you can share to the individuals that are affected, or you can share it to everybody. My recommendation obviously is only share with people that their shifts are actually affected. The way we operate is we have three different colors that we actually have. We have blue, we have purple, and we have yellow or orange. Blue are essentially in our company just a regular route. Yellow or orange is a business route or a bulk route. And ICs are purple. You can choose whatever color you want to do. When you click on each one, you can actually change the color by choosing it from the top left-hand corner. One thing that's very important is for you to actually ensure that you're telling the driver what route number or work area number they are going to be driving the next day, because they see this on their mobile application on Microsoft Teams. So when they show up to work, it's important for them to be like, oh, okay, today I'm driving route 323. It's important for this job to start the night before. Planning is very important. The more of a thorough job you do in the planning the night before, the better the day will go the next day. And the way you would change the comment is it's right here, so you can actually change it to whatever you want. If you have any specific notes for that driver for that specific day, you can let them know over here. If in your company you schedule people on an hourly basis or you pay your people hourly, on the left hand next to this specific individual, you will see how many hours that person has been scheduled for this week. On Microsoft Shift, it's important to make sure you're starting your week on a Saturday and you're finishing it on a Friday. That's how Fedex works as well, so it's perfect. So from Saturday through Friday, how many hours does this individual have? You can see 40 hours, 32 hours, 48 hours. But if you're paying hourly, it's important to make sure you don't have a lot of people going over 40 hours. At the top, you'll get to see on a specific day how many drivers do you have showing up to work. So if every individual is on the clock for 8 hours, you can divide that by the total number of hours over here. So 160 hours divided by 8 hours is the equivalent of 20 drivers. So if I go over this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just start counting everybody, it will show 20 drivers. Anytime you see this triangle It basically means you have scheduled this person on a specific day, but this person has specifically said they don't want to work on those days by choosing the fact that they are unavailable on that day. My recommendation is don't use that functionality with your drivers. So if they don't want to work on a specific day, they should communicate that with you, as opposed to just saying, I don't work on Sundays. Because when they say I don't work on Sundays, and then you need them on a Sunday, you need to be able to schedule them. That's why you see some of those triangles on our side. Some people have chosen that they don't like working on Sundays, but we still schedule them. Now, if somebody has requested time off, that's a different situation. You can see here, these people have requested time off. It's very important for your drivers to actually request for time off through the application. So if I go to the request section at the top, you can see all the people on the left that have been requesting for days off for the past so many months. Your management team receives a notification on their Microsoft Teams mobile application, allowing them to approve or decline any request. On their settings, you will basically be able to make some changes. My recommendation is don't make too many. You can change the start of the week to any other day, but again, my recommendation, keep it on Saturday. Pacific time is where we are, and our closest city is Vancouver. You can keep those as they are, no need to change. This is the list of things where when your employee is requesting a time off, they tell you why they are requesting for that time off. Below that, you can change the settings as if you need to geo-fence. Now, if you're a VIP client of ours, we actually do this for you. Do not touch this. And last but not least, you can export time reporting. If you are a VIP client of our service, we manage all this for you. You will see all of this on Rattlely.com's dashboard. No need for you to look through this, but if you're ever curious who is working or who is clocking in or has clocked in, it's very simple. You click on export, you choose the specific date, you click on export. And for Microsoft Teams, they always put the download under your download folder. So if you do a search on your computer and go to your download folder, you'll see the file you just downloaded. So if you click on this, you will see the list of everybody for during the time that you just exported. Again, if you are a VIP client of ours, we manage all this for you, we track it, and we analyze it for you, so no need for you to do anything. But if you're ever curious, you can download. Nothing else really on this side. The request was easy. Schedule. Let's briefly talk a little bit more on schedule side. You can add different groups. So you can have a group of management team. I don't recommend it. Over here at the top, you can click on add group, and it allows you to add different type of groups. It makes scheduling very difficult, but if you feel like it's something good for you, feel free to play around with it. But we keep our company all in the same group. You can see a different view, such as you just want to focus on a specific day, and that day, let's say, is today. You can click on left today, and you're seeing today, 3 p.m. You see everybody that is supposed to be working today. You can change it to weekly, and you'll get to see the week. And if you change to monthly, you'll get to see the entire month. It is important for you to try your best to schedule your people for the whole month, if you can. The more you do, the better it is. Nobody can be perfect on this, because in this business, everything is constantly always changing. But you do want to give it your best shots in being as consistent and long-term as you possibly can. You can move your people around on the left if you see fit. If you need to delete them, you can click on this and delete. You can add time off, edit the shift. And one of the easiest thing to do is you can just do a Control-C to copy, and paste it anywhere else you want. So that's the easiest way to scale this thing, especially if you have a lot of drivers. I can basically copy this and just paste it to everywhere. I'm going to delete it. You have other settings in here. You can do filter. One of the features I personally like, my management team doesn't do any, I don't think. But I really love this idea of having a printed paper. So if it was me as the general manager of the company and I was showing up at the terminal, I would love to have a printed sheet so that I always know who's working on what work area when I'm there. So this was a quick tutorial about Microsoft Shift on how to manage your drivers. And all of these are actually seen on the mobile application, and everybody can see everybody else as well on a daily basis. So it's a really good thing for all of your drivers to also be able to work together just in case somebody wants to swap a route, or they're curious about, you know, what route is one of their friends are running today. So significant amount of transparency and no stress for your drivers, especially in the morning and at night.